Tonight you will be listening to our story, okay, how we have built a business and how two engineers who had no idea of how to build a business, no business background, can build a business to this level. Okay, in fact, some of you who are here for the first time may be thinking, why I have to listen to your story? Okay, in fact, when I came to a meeting like this first time and somebody was telling that, you have to listen to somebody's story, I said, hey, why do I have to listen to somebody's story? I have to pay for that too, And you know what? Maybe tonight, something which I will tell, and one couple in this room, their life will change, and my trip to Pennsylvania will be worth it. So I'm really, I always tell that I never try to motivate everybody, because I'm looking for one pair of eyes, or one couple who makes a decision tonight and says, I want to build this business huge. I want to take care of my financial future myself and don't depend on somebody else. Then my trip is worth it. Okay, so what I want to do is basically want to invite Suparna to tell her part, and then I will come back and tell something to you. But also I will tell you tonight that you are in the best business. How many people are excited about this new e-com business? Very good. Okay, we are also excited, but I also want to hear from Suparna because, I don't know some of the stuff, because before marriage, before I met her, I don't know a lot of her stories, so maybe some things will be uncovered tonight. Okay, so just like you, I will be also listening to hers, and here is my awesome wife, Suparna.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to welcome all of you here to the seminar rally here in Pennsylvania. I'm telling you, we've never seen such a fired up group, and looking at the fired up group over here, makes us get more excited and, share our story with you. But we are truly humble and honored to speak to you from the Brit stage. First of all, I'd like to give thanks to God. It's because of His blessings that we are here today speaking to you from the Brit stage. I would like to thank my awesome parents, because of whom we have had such a tremendous upbringing and for what they have given us for the last couple of years. I would like to thank our awesome sponsors, our friends, Tushar and Debjani, who believed in us even when we didn't believe in ourselves. I'd like to thank the Brit system, for which we are here today because of the awesome teachings of Bill and Peggy Britt. I would like to thank our awesome mentors, the mega diamonds, the one who is who's who in this business, Kanti and Latagala. I'm telling you, when we didn't believe in ourselves, when we didn't know what we were doing, that was one couple who just believed in us. We didn't know where we were walking, but they just held our hands and said, don't worry, you just walk in our footsteps, and that's all we've done. But we'll tell you about our story, and maybe there is something that you will listen to our story and probably make a decision to go ahead and build a huge business. Now, talking about our story, we are two sisters born in Calcutta, and I grew up in a small city called Ranchi. My dad is a mechanical engineer, and my mother is a housewife. I remember my dad as a man of very strong principles, hardworking, and very honest. I never saw my mom working. She just took very good care of the whole family. One of the rules of our house was that we had to get home before it got dark, no matter where we were. And we were always very scared of our dad, but very close to my mom. And if any time, we were naughty, if my mom said that she would tell my dad, that was the end of us. That's how much we used to respect our dad. My dad was always the decision maker in our house, and I never saw my mom argue with my dad about any decision that he made. My grandparents, they played a major role in my life because they stayed with us till the time they lived. Another rule of the house was that as a family, we always had to have dinner together because that's the time when the entire family got together. Education was very important for my parents. They didn't expect us to be number one or number two in the class, but they always taught us that you always try your very best. Just like in this business, we don't expect people to make miracles, but we want and know that every one of you can do your very best. We were a very religious family, and God was always number one in our life. No matter how busy we were always taught to pray every single day. And at that time I didn't realize, but my parents, they brought us up with the right kind of foundation. Until today, my mom and dad have always been the role models in my life. I went to a Catholic school. I did quite good. And my dad, he was an engineer, and he traveled all over the world. And that was one of my dreams, that to be an engineer like my dad and to be able to travel all over the world and see the beautiful places all over the world. I did my bachelor's in computer engineering from BIT Mesra in Ranchi. And then after graduation, I came to Calcutta. It is at that time that I started working for a company by the name of GE, General Electric. While I was working at General Electric, it was just 3-4 days that I had joined the company. There was this young, skinny guy who came and introduced himself, and he said that he would like to help me out. He said he considered it his responsibility to help any new face that joined the company. I remember one time, it was his birthday, and it was just like 3 weeks after I was in the company. I forgot to wish him for his birthday, and he was so upset. And I kept wondering, what on earth was happening? Pretty soon, the helping out attitude turned out to be something else. I remember going out with this skinny guy to a restaurant, one of the most expensive restaurants in Calcutta. And you wouldn't believe, the skinny guy, he ordered almost everything that was there on the menu. And I thought, this guy can eat so much and still be so skinny. But, gradually, we started dating. And I remember every Saturday I would tell my parents that I had to go to work because of overdone, some projects that were not completed. And instead, we would be going out to meet each other. Most of, major part of our salary would just go in eating out and having fun. I remember for his 26th birthday, I gave him 26 birthday cards with different quotations. I still laugh to, just thinking about it. And, we started dating, our relationship started to get a little more serious. And the more serious I started to become, I noticed that he started to back out. And I couldn't understand what was happening. I thought maybe, he just wants to have fun for some time and then just forget about it. And I was really hurt, really upset and confused. But at the same time, it was at that time I had got admission to the master's program in computer science in New Jersey, Institute of Technology in New Jersey. And it was one of my dreams also to come to United States, the land of opportunity. So I said, why not go and pursue my dream? And since I was at the same time not sure about where this relationship was heading for, and I had always heard, if you love someone, set it free. If it's meant to be yours, it'll come back. And so that's what I did. I left India on the 15th of August, 89, and at the airport, guess who turns up? It's this young, skinny guy. He gave me a letter 26 pages long. I remember reading this letter all the way to JFK and crying all the way. And the lady who was sitting next to me, she probably thought I was crazy. I came to New Jersey and started my school here at NJIT. And the first couple of weeks, I didn't have any assistantship, any scholarship. But I remember, because of my upbringing, I used to just pray to God every day. I remember going door to door with my resume and just asking the professors if they had any scholarship. And just in a couple of weeks, I managed to get assistantship. So you will often hear us saying, when you set your mind to something and focus on it and work consistently and just pray, it's going to work. I remember that time using my hard-earned scholarship money, spending $600 on the phone, talking to this young, skinny guy, and telling my uncle, who was at that time, making sure I was not spending the money in foolish things, that I lost the money at Newark Penn Station. It was during that $600 phone bill, this young, skinny guy proposed to me on the phone, and guess what I did? I agreed. I remember calling my mom in the middle of the night and telling her I wanted to get married, and my mom almost freaked out. After a couple of months, this young, skinny guy came to United States. We got married right in the middle of the semester. And who do you think is the young, skinny guy? Tirthankar Dutta. The first 2 years of our life here in USA, we lived in a garage, and that was our home sweet home. It was a living room, it was a bedroom, it was a kitchen, it was everything, but that was our home sweet home. Life was very hectic in the first couple of years because we were still going to school, working for our assistantship. And I remember one summer we didn't have any financial aid from the school, and we used to literally go shop to shop in the streets of New York looking for a part-time job. I remember going there once to a shop in New York, and we asked at one place, "Are you hiring?" And the answer we got, "No, we are firing." Finally, we managed to get a job at a retail store, and there Tirthankar was a bag boy, and me as the cashier, making $800 a month. Both of us graduated from NJIT and got very good jobs. I remember walking 5 miles to my first interview since we didn't own a car. We were very excited with so much money. We bought 2 new cars, and we were very excited because our income had probably more than quadrupled since what we were making at school. And we thought that we were young and rich in America. The only part that we had to figure out was how to get famous. Little did we know that we were going to be in a business a couple of years from then. It was at that time one of our good friends from school approached us about this business and mentioned about a very successful person by the name of Kanti Gala. I remember, we went and talked to a common friend and who said that if we build this business, we would have to go knocking door to door. So we decided, with a master's in computer science, master's in electrical engineering, this is not what we are cut out for. So we decided not to show up for this meeting. Life was very busy with weekend parties, movies, traveling to India, and we spent a lot of money buying cars and traveling and spending money on foolish things. And pretty soon, we ended up with a loan or a debt of $40,000. And gradually, reality started to dawn, and we wondered what we were doing, just spending our time with weekend parties and just traveling all over the place without any goal or any mission in life. It was at that time, one of our very good friends, Tushar and Debjani, said that they were building this business and sponsored by an awesome couple by the name of Kanti and Lata Gala. My husband immediately decided to get started in the business. I remember my husband going to see the plan from Kanti Gala to his house, and since I was not very excited, I interrupted him 3 times. The reason being we had to go to a weekend party. And probably Kanti and Lata thought that this couple is never going to make it in the business. I remember Lata making several calls to us, but I was just not interested. And now that I think back, I said, a multi-millionaire lady was calling me and I never even bothered to answer her phone calls. But I remember going to the house after a lot of requests from my husband, and I was really touched by their warmth and hospitality. I remember going to our first Brit school in a 15-passenger van, and all I remembered was Lata Gala just feeding us and me sleeping all the way. I just ate and slept. When I woke up, I again ate and went to sleep. I remember going to North Carolina and Kanti, taking us to visit the diamond homes of Paul Miller, Rocky Covington, Larry Winters, and taking so many pictures. And I remember my husband commented that he must be doing the same thing every year, but see how excited he is. So, you might be sometimes doing the same thing in this business over and over again with different faces, but you need to maintain that same level of excitement. My husband was very excited about the business, but as I said, I was too busy with household work, with my job. Hence, in the beginning, I was really not interested and decided not to support my husband. But what got me along was just the perseverance, the patience of Debjani and Lata. And they really got me excited about the business and helped me change my mind. But they never pressurized me. They just gave me plenty of time and a lot of room to grow. I remember going to Kanti and Lata's house and watching slideshows late nights about the different trips that they took because of this business. And I remember every time we used to go to their house, my upline lady always had a smile on her face, irrespective of whatever happened that day. On the other hand, if I had a bad day, it would immediately reflect on my face, on my attitude. And gradually, as the days passed, we started to get more and more focused about the business. And the more people would laugh at us, the more we were determined to go ahead and build the business. I remember going to our first phone meeting. My husband was very shy. He absolutely refused to make a call because he was very nervous as to what he would say. I remember going to show one of the plans to a couple who stayed near our house. And that couple was absolutely not interested to build the business. And I was so upset because that was probably the 5th or 6th plan we had shown in a row. I was so upset. We came back, I got in the car, and I screamed, "Stay broke." I remember going and showing the plan, and when we went to pick up the boyo, the couple even refused to meet us. They left the boyo on the porch. I remember going to show a plan to one of my good friends from NJIT, and the guy was so excited about the business, he decided, while tirthankar was showing him the dreams, he could take a drink of scotch. And he absolutely went into a dream world. I was, getting more and more upset, and constantly fought with tirthankar, and constantly found faults with him, and constantly blamed him. And I was very negative. And every time somebody did a no-show, every time somebody said they didn't want to build the business, I thought it was his fault. And so in the beginning, we were not getting much success. But one thing we never gave up. We never gave up trying. We kept trying consistently. I remember one time my husband fell very sick. My own relatives told me, "Suparna, call 911 and let them take tirthankar to the hospital." But you know what my upline lady did? She took time out from her busy schedule and took TD to the doctor. And that's what got our more and more attached to Kanti and Latagala. I remember going to Dreamline 1994 with 5 people in our Honda Accord. And we came back, and I remember I had chicken pox, and all the 5 people in our group chickened out. I was so upset. I remember going to Kanti one time, and I was so upset. I kept crying, and I said, "Why is it not happening?" And all Kanti Gala said, he just put his hand on my shoulder, and he said, "Suparna, you will be able to do it. Just don't give up. We believe in you." And that was all that I needed to hear from my upline. We made a decision to put more and more focus in the business and continue to build the business. We changed our work habits. I decided to change and stop criticizing my husband and have a more positive attitude towards him, and in all situations. I stopped correcting him, started reading more and more books, and listened to more and more business tapes. And one thing we started to do was to constantly started to pray together every single day. We gave the business the topmost priority and worked very hard without even checking the results, what was happening, who came in, who didn't, who left, didn't really matter to us. And just consistently putting in the work for 4 to 5 months, we went silver. And I remember going to Seven Springs with our upline, Tushar and Debjani, and what a great time we had there. Subsequently, after that, we went profit sharing direct. I remember going to Ada, Michigan, to the corporation headquarters and staying at a 5-star hotel, the Grand Plaza Hotel, and what a trip that was. We were given absolutely royal treatment. Once we went profit sharing direct, all the profit sharing direct in the Gala group, we all went to a ski resort in Catskill, and we had the time of our life. I remember December of 1996, all of our people together by bus, we went to a dream night in Richmond, Virginia. And on the way back, there was a heavy snowstorm that hit us, and there were 46 people in our apartment. People just slept in the same position as they were standing. And it was at that time that our group really got very united and very tight. Shortly after that, in November of 1996, we went Ruby. There was tremendous excitement and tremendous momentum in the group. We started Emerald Qualification in March of 97, and within 6 months, we went brand new Emeralds in 97. Once again, the corporation sent us to an all-expense-paid trip to Orlando and kept us at the yacht club in Disney World. And every night, there would be little gifts lying in the room for us. We went, because of this business, we went to one of the best golf resorts, the #1 golf resort in the country, Greenbrier, which we had never dreamt that we would ever be able to go had we not been in the business. Talking about some of the rewards that we've been able to get through this business. Previously, before the business, we used to go to India once in every 2 years, once in every 3 years, and would every time charge the ticket on our credit card because we didn't have the money. And just because of this business, last year itself, we went to India 3 times, and my parents were so excited. Today, because of this business, just building the business for 5 years, we are completely out of debt. We don't owe any money to any bank, any credit card. Today, because of this business, my husband and myself, we were able to buy a brand new house for his parents back home in India. And the time when my in-laws moved into their new house, did we remember who told us no? Who returned the kit? Who said they were not interested? Who said the business wouldn't work? We just didn't remember that. We just remembered the good times. We bought a brand new car for his dad in India. Once again, we never remember who said no. I remember last year, my father was in critical condition in the hospital, and I had to make a decision to go to India. And all I did was I went to my boss and I said, I need the time off to go to India to see my sick father. And he said, Suparna, you just went to India just a couple of months ago. You don't have any more vacation? I said, I really don't care. I just made a decision. Because of this business, I was able to make a decision instantly, and I left for India. And thank God I did. Just by seeing me and my husband, my father got completely cured and came back from the hospital. Before this business, when we used to give charity, money for charity, the most we could afford was $100 or maximum $200. But today, because of the business, we don't even have to worry. Whatever is needed, whatever we can give, we give it. We don't see how much money is in the bank because we know that there's more money coming in. I remember 3 years ago when my sister got married, all my relatives and my friends, they just came and had fun. But it was the people here in this room who came and decorated the whole room and made my sister's wedding become a big success. Because of this business, my sister, after 3 years of watching us, decided to build the business. And I'm proud of Amlan and Aparna today, where they are today. Because of this business today, we have a tremendous husband and wife relationship. Before this business, we used to constantly have arguments over the silliest of things. But today, we have a strong husband and wife relationship. And when people tell us no, we just feel that, we take it very personally when they say the business doesn't work. Because through this business, we have got the best of the best friends, an awesome team of warriors who are marching ahead to Emerald and Diamond, like our very good friends, our first directs, Subi and Tina Gupta, followed by Amlan and Minakshi, followed by Rishi and Shampa. Our second directs, Jo and Ann Lai. Our third directs, Sanjay and Seema Sengupta, followed by Bijan and Meeta. And when people say no to us, we take it personally because they are saying no to our friendship. So I'm telling you, if you are here today listening to our tape or listening to our story, we can just tell you that Tirthankar and Suparna are just an ordinary couple who just made a decision to go ahead and build the business in spite of all the challenges, in spite of all the obstacles we faced. And the person for whom we were able to achieve the most amount of success was, of course, because of our awesome sponsors, Tushar and Devjani, and of course, our awesome mentors, Kanti and Lata Gala, who always believed in us, gave us a lot of time to grow, and just loved us and guided us. But the person for whom we've been able to reach this level and we've been able to achieve all our dreams and goals is because of my awesome husband who never gave up, who just believed in me, just gave me a lot of room to grow, and just said, you take your time, and when you feel it's right for you, you just come along, because there is so much rewards that you can get through this business. And I'm telling you, little did I know when I met that young skinny guy at General Electric that I would be so happy after 9 years of getting married to him. So here is back to my awesome husband, my emerald husband, going diamond, Tirthankar.
Fantastic. Now some of you may be thinking, who is that skinny guy? Yeah, that is history now, now I want to be skinny, but that's problem. But, my rally story is really suspense. I was born in the woods and the wolf farm. No, it's okay. Born in a middle-class family in Calcutta. Two sisters, I'm the only son. And actually, I remember that we all used to stay together. We were a very close-knit family. I have an eldest sister, I have a younger sister, and my dad worked for an engineering corporation. My mother is a housewife, and we used to stay in one-bedroom house. In fact, what happened in India, there are sometimes called joint families. So you are only given one room for like my dad has a lot of other brothers, so we got one room. So that one room was living room in the morning, bedroom in the night. And all of 5 of us used to stay in the same room. And I remember that our kitchen was in the roof, actually. I remember that. And just to make tea, my mother used to go upstairs and just made tea for people to come in. And I remember even if there was people sick in the house, they have no other place to sleep, same place, and just People used to come, and from a very childhood, it's not that I was I was poor, or we were middle class, it's not, my dad and mom always protected me from any financial problems. It's just that, we were used to it, and but still we had a fantastic childhood. I never felt it, and but you know what? A lot of my relatives used to come and do a lot of comments. Oh, all three of you guys, three of all kids stay together and everything. A lot of different comments and everything, and I think we are the only one. All three of us got higher degrees, all master's degree holders. Everybody settled in life, and in fact, right now, as Suparna said, the house which I built for my parents, they come and stay in my house. And sometimes, sometimes it happens that you may have something right now, and you may be thinking, Tirthankar, I have some friends who have better lifestyle than me, and I'm building this business, and things don't seem to happen. I can bet you will exceed everybody's lifestyle. Right now, everything. I just call my mom and says, what do you want? Tell me. You have a son. He will give you everything, because you never gave me any signs that there was financial problems in the house, and I want to shield you from every financial problems for the rest of your life as long as I live, and I will do that, because from the very childhood I used to sleep in one corner of the bed, and I used to think that one day I will buy a lottery ticket and give the key of the house to my parents. And very small kid, I didn't know where I will do it. I didn't have no idea, but constantly the dream was affecting me throughout my life. And you know what? I used to see my dad work very hard. Again, we had maid servants take care of us, but I always used to see that the tiredness in my father's face. My father used to work, setting up all different projects all around the country, and he used to come back, and I used to open the socks and shoes. A small kid. I was always very short, and and I never used to go to sleep till my father used to come home. I was always very tense till my father comes home, everything is okay, and then sometimes he used to come at 1 o'clock in the morning, the last train he used to take and everything, and I used to sit down and look at his face. And from a very childhood, I always thought that I should take care of my family. And that's the reason I always had a dream from very long back when I was a child, that I want to be something so big that people will talk about me, and never in my life I will have financial struggle. Okay, in fact, I will tell you this. I had a slight self-image problem. I still remember that our house, everything, that was a property that was basically comes from generation, and but the house outside was not good enough. Appearance was not good enough. And I remember if anybody, any of our friend used to drop me and used to say, where is your house? And I used to say, there. I never used to give the right point to the right house and everything. I always used there. And I would always used to get dropped one house before or two houses before, because they didn't want to show that. See, the reason I can tell you that, because I can tell you that what a self-image. I was absolutely, I didn't know what I'm doing. I remember Suparna, when I met Suparna in the office, and that was always a God's plan how I met Suparna, and she's the one who actually really rekindled dream in me. And I remember first time Suparna came to my house, and I have to tell this, see, we had a roof in our room and everything, okay, and the roof was leaking because of water or something like that. So for 3 days, we got the people to work on it, and everything was fixed because Suparna is coming. Now, Suparna comes in her air-conditioned car and everything and all those. She always has that, every time I has to get in her car, she used to turn on the air conditioner to say that, she has air conditioning in the car and everything. Okay. Actually, and then she came, and from 3 days, it was sunny and everything, no rain and everything. I was so happy. Right, Suparna was supposed to come at 3 p.m. I see that it's getting cloudy at 2:30. And I'm like, oh God, first time she will meet my mom, and, so she sat there, and I told her not to sit there, because it was, beneath the leak out there, okay? And it's everything, it's put a cement and everything, nothing, you can see everything. All that, every time I'm going outside and seeing whether it's raining or not, okay, coming back, and somebody says, what are you doing? Don't worry about it. I'm giving her snacks, eat, I've talked to my mom, and constantly I'm looking at her and looking at her, okay, out there, and suddenly it started raining like crazy. I said, oh God, here I am. I'm suddenly seeing one bubble getting formed out there. I said, oh man, and then before I could say something, suddenly one drop fell in Suparna's nose, track. But you know what? Suparna didn't even care. She didn't care. Before long, we were running with buckets and everything, putting under the whole water started coming. The entire thing actually was a mess. But I was telling all this is because sometimes we feel that, sometimes it's all because of self-image. No problem. My dad had a very good business. We had 2 cars one time. And because of tremendous labor unrest, I saw how he lost all those 2 cars. A lot of different things I see. See, the reason I'm telling you, because money was always a big thing in my life. And some of the people, they say, money is not everything in life. Yes, after you have it. After you have it, then money is not everything in life. And that's the reason, I always had a responsibility right from childhood. Okay, I came here, I remember when I really didn't want to come to this country, okay, to US, because I was doing good. I was with General Electric, I was in management, everything, I was going very well. Okay, did my bachelor's in engineering from Calcutta. And then Suparna, that's what happens. You always have what you call a change agent which comes to your life. Sometimes it comes in the form of wife, or sometimes it comes in the form of upline or your mentor. And she came and he said, you should go to United States. I could not even think of United States. Because, I am so attached to my family. I was thinking that if I go late night a doctor has to come to my house, who will take care of? That's the reason I didn't even go outside from Calcutta to go to other city. But God has such a plan. So she came and did all the paperwork and everything, and I got my admission in NJIT. And you know what? When you get so fast, you don't get the assistantship right away. So I didn't get the scholarship with my admission papers. But Suparna said, you have to come, but you have to provide your first month's semester's money. And that's a lot of money if you convert in Indian rupees. And you know what? That, again, my parents came to my rescue. And I saw my mother. I told my mother, forget it, don't worry about it, I'm not going. And I remember one night I was just sitting quiet. My mother sat beside me and said, you want to go, I know that. I said, no, not really. He said, don't worry. All the savings, everything. And I said, this is not spending. This is an investment which you are doing. And I will give you the best life any mother has ever seen. And I'm so happy right now that they live like a king and queen. And all other people say that what a son which you have got. And all the relatives say that when he goes to America, he will forget you, and this and that and everything. And now I feel so proud to say this because I am the son and I can take care of them. And maybe I don't know what dreams you have in your mind, but all this happened because we could not do it with 2 jobs or something. It's all because of this wonderful business. I am so grateful to Tushar and Devjani for opening the doors to this wonderful business. And you may be sitting here today and you don't know why you are here today and you still may be thinking. I'm telling you, you thank your upline. You thank your upline every day that it doesn't matter whether you have anybody in their group right now or what is happening. Somebody has opened the doors and one day you will come on the stage and speak and I will be listening to you. And I know this is a tremendous business. But you know what? Then I came to this country. I remember we stayed in a garage right in North Jersey, Kearney area. And we had no cars for 3 years. All my friends had cars. Everybody, I used to go my last class is to get over at 10:30 11 o'clock, and we used to wait, and my friends used to drive in front of me with cars, and I used to watch. And nobody, we used to wait for our bus to come. And, in fact, I remember that one of my friend who got a job and everything, came to my house, and he didn't know that we were staying in that garage type of place. He I came out to greet him, opening the garage door. In fact, it's not a garage, it's like an extension of the garage. Subi has seen it actually. Okay, it's on the back. And he said, "You live here?" And he has his girlfriend with him. And he said, "How do I tell my girlfriend, Now, 5 of the friend's income, I can take it, one pocket. And I'm telling you, because everything right now, what it seems that some people are doing better than you, you will exceed everybody if you are persistent, consistent, and you stay on your goal. And I felt bad about it, but I told Suparna, you will see. In fact, I still remember that. He sent me a Christmas card saying that, "Are you millionaire yet?" And I remember I made a copy of my Ruby check and made a copy of it with this, said, "I am not a millionaire yet, and this is the copy. This is my part-time income other than my job. How much you made part-time?" After that, I never heard him again. Success is a big revenge out there, I'm telling you. And it will happen to you. I'm not very good in telling stories. I always like to teach, because this is how I have learned myself, okay? And then, the very way we got introduced to Tushar, it was in my school, in the computer lab. Suddenly, Suparna was making resumes, and Debjani was standing there and said, "Oh, you're from India." That's how we got started. And you know what? It's not Tushar gave me a tremendous plan. It was just his excitement which excited me. Some of you are looking for the perfect plan. You are looking for that e-commerce. I want to show the best plan. How do I get the data and all those things? Yes, those are important. But you don't have to be a perfect to build a business. It's just the excitement. It's just the excitement which got me to see Kantigala and see the plan. Okay? And we got started. But you know what? 4 months, 5 months, we didn't do nothing in the business. I want to give you a message here. But you know what? Tushar and Debjani never pressurized me. Never pressurized me. I still remember that one day we called Tushar. We are supposed to go to a seminar rally. We didn't go. Next day we called, Tushar said, I went to a seminar rally. And then I said, after that, where did you go? He said, actually, next day we had to go to Jersey City to buy some jewelry for my wife. I just picked the phone, covered the phone and told Suparna, he's making money. Is that, sometimes you don't have to motivate people by telling them what to do. You do it, they will get motivated. And you know how Tushar motivated me? By doing what he wanted me to do. He didn't wait for me that, "Tirthankar, come along. You need to come with me to the function." No, he just did it. And I saw it, I got excited, and then I came to my first team meeting. I remember first team meeting, Suparna didn't even go. I remember everybody was asking me, "Where is Suparna? Where is Suparna? She's sick." But actually, no, she was not sick. She just didn't want to come. She said, "I have nothing to do with the business." And some of you may be happening that your wife is not supporting you. Doesn't matter, it will come. You know why? I'm a man. I have a backbone. Just because Suparna said no doesn't mean I was also crying in the house. I said, "You know what? When you are ready, you will come. But let me go and listen, because whatever I am doing, I'm doing for you and the family." Because when I got my job at AT&T, I never asked Suparna, "Should I take the job?" So, that's very important thing that, a lot of people said a lot of things to me. Somebody told me, "I'm a professional. How can you talk about, how you have a master's in engineering, Tirthankar. How can you talk about this business? You're doing something on the side which takes care of some soap or something like that." You know what I told him? I said, "How long you're working?" He said, 10 years. I said, "If something happens to you today, what happens to your bank balance?" In fact, I told him this. I said, this is exactly what I said. I said, "How do you know that you need extra money? Number one, have you stretched your credit limit? Are you paying minimum payments on your installment account? Are you using savings to pay bills? Are you using credit on borrowing to pay bills? Are you paying mortgage? Okay, if you are, are you taking more credits to pay your existing bills? Are you having a credit blur? Vague idea of who and how much you owe? I said, if it is yes, you have a money problem. And I told him this, I asked him this question. I said, do you have a crisis cash? He said, what do you mean? I said, if something happens to you, can you sustain your family with the same lifestyle for 6 months? For 6 months, even after 10 years of work and economic tragedy. And I asked him, if you are unable to work, can you maintain 80% of your family's current lifestyle for 2 years? If not, what are you doing, man? You call yourself professional? What is a professional? Just because you go and work with a computer? I'm telling you, and you will get this type of things. Somebody was telling me that day, Tirthankar, I talked to somebody and he said that he did it and quit, so I don't think it's for me. I said, what do you mean? When you went to your school and you did your master's or bachelor's, do you think that everybody who joined, they graduated? No. So how come your graduate program didn't close down? Just because 3 people failed. Everywhere in life, some people will fail and some people will make it. That doesn't have to do anything with the business or the program. He was looking at me. He was telling me, can you tell me the success statistics in the business? I said, how do you define statistics? He said, I know some people who failed, so tell me how many people who make it in the business. I said, let me ask you this question. You have 2 people. One person comes into the business, does everything what his upline tells. He goes to the functions, he reads books, he listens to tapes, he uses products, he shows the plan, he associates with people, and he becomes a direct. Another person just buys the kit and keeps the kit in the closet and every day looks at the kit and thinks that 6 IBOs will jump from there. And he prays in front of God, let God give me 6 IBOs. And he doesn't go to any function, doesn't go to any open meetings, doesn't go to any PACE meetings. And he comes and says, and returns the kit. Now you tell me, as a statistician, what is the success rate? He said 100%. I said, you got it. When somebody says that it didn't work, ask them what they did with the business. Did they just get the kit and kept it in the closet? And that's what people do. Some people told me, Tirthankar, I went to this mall and somebody contacted me. They came behind me and just asked me, what is your name? I said, really? And then what happened? Then 3 days later, he asked me, are you interested in making money? It's so negative. I said, hold on, 1 sec. Hold on. What did he ask you? He asked me whether you are interested in making money. I said, how many years you're in this country? He said, 20 years. I said, how many times one of your family member and your friend came and said, you want to make some extra money? He is showing you how to make extra money and you think it's negative? But you know what? Some people, I'm telling you, and you will hear about it. You said, this guy wants to tell me, of the business. I said, first thing, you don't have a self-image. That's the reason somebody contacted you, got upset. Because nobody has contacted you ever in life. And you will hear all those things. I absolutely don't believe. Somebody was telling me that, I showed to my best friend. And he is not interested. He doesn't even want to see the plan. I said, hey, Jose. I don't want to mention his name now. I said, hey, let me ask you something. You call him a friend? I said, yes. He said, if he is your friend, he will at least listen to your plan. For all those 20 years you have made chicken every Saturday and fed him, he should at least be a client or get some of your products. If he doesn't even want to see your plan on what you're doing and not interested, he is not even your friend, Jose. You know, in fact, after you join this business, you will find some of your true friends. In fact, they say there are 3 stages of a friend. First stage is called the ha-ha stage, when everybody will start laughing what you do. It happened to me too. It happened to me too. 13 friends whom I used to, like every Saturday night, I used to say, coffee or soda? Coffee or soda? What do you want? You know, cold or hot and this? And got all the movies from Blockbuster and stayed till 3 a.m. and watched with them. Nobody joined with my business. Nobody. I used to come early to cut the chicken. And Suparna is cooking. Every weekend we have party at home. And nobody even wanted to see the plan. And you know what? They all laughed. They all laughed at me. Ha ha stage. And you know what? How to stop them from laughing? By you just staying steady. And I still said, okay, fine, don't worry about it. You watch me, I smoke. Okay, in fact, I remember that. I went to a party and there were some people sitting there and said, ha ha, here comes somebody. You know, he wants to become free through the business. I said, when I bought that luxury van for Suparna for our wedding anniversary, cash down, and you know what? You go in front of your friend's house, that is the time when they become quiet. The next stage of the friend is the quiet stage. They don't want to hear nothing what you are doing. In fact, they will not even pick up the topic. And you know what? The third stage which comes is called the questioning stage. That is the time when they start asking, you went to Orlando? Oh, okay. What is this direct? Oh, what is this 25%? You know? Oh, I thought you knew everything of everything. Don't worry about it. You know, because he told me he knew everything. Now he's asking me what is 25%. He knows nothing. He thinks he knows everything. And the questioning stage is the time when your friends and relatives is the right time to join the business. My friends are joining now. You know, it's so exciting. So I'm telling you, the only way you can go from ha-ha stage to quiet stage is by moving fast. If you sit down on your same level right now, you will be on the ha-ha stage a lot. Move fast. Okay, move fast. It's in your hand. Okay? You know, understand one thing. It's very important. You know, that day somebody was telling me, tirthankar, you know, somebody told me the products are expensive. I said, yeah, right. I said, how much money you can save by buying from BJ's and Price Club? He said, what do you mean? I said, tell me how much maximum you can save per month. He didn't understand my question. I said, let me tell you how much you can save per month. I said, you will be saving your salary. I said, what do you mean? He said, everything is given to you on charity and free, you save your salary. Now, if you don't make $250,000 on your salary or $100,000 on your salary, how can you make $100,000 by buying from BJ's? Tell me that. Because nobody has become rich by saving money. You are not a customer in this business. You are a business owner. If you want to make a McDonald's, you don't go and ask the McDonald's, what is the price of a burger? You ask, what is the return of my investment? He understood. So I'm telling you, you will be having all these questions all the time, and I hope you have the right answers. You have the right answers. Somebody told me, I'm so excited. He was so excited. I'm telling you, he saw the plan. He was so excited. When he came without his wife, went back. Wife said, he told me later, his wife was so upset. He said, now you failed 3 times doing something. You did this, and I have 2 kids. I cannot take care. You are not doing no business. When I called him, he said, I don't have time. I said, really? It's true that you don't have time? Or your wife cut your leg? Now, he was my friend. I could say that. And you know what? Some people, they say, I don't have time. This friend of mine, that about close to a year back, I called. He said, I don't have time, Tirthankar. I'm very excited. I don't have time. I'm really working very hard on my project. After 2 weeks, I called. There was an Indian star who came to perform here on Newark Symphony Center. And he was in that concert till 3 o'clock in the morning. Came back. When I called him next day, he was still sleeping. I said, where were you? I was in this concert. It was classical concert. I said, I thought you didn't have time. I said, how much money you made by listening to that classical concert for 4? I said, that person made $15,000. You spent $100. I was doing this business plan in India, and somebody could not come because cricket match is going on. There's a cricket match, Indian game. I said, who became the man of the match? You or the person who was playing? Who got the award? You? How much money you increased in your bank account by going to the match? I'm not telling that you don't go. The question is, you have time, but you don't have the priority, man. And I'm looking for the person who is now. Urgency. Okay? I know it's very important to have all this, because you will be hitting this. I will give you some points why I feel this is the best business on earth. Number one, you have unlimited income opportunity. You have unlimited income opportunity. The moment you go into this e-com business, you join, you have given yourself the lid out of your income. Because in a job, you are only given what that title deserves. Here, you can have as many number of IBO 25%. In the plan you saw 60, you can go for 600. You will be crazy if you look at the numbers, how much you can make. You can make as little as you want, as much as you want. This is the only business which shows way for income diversification. Number 3, it gives you tax benefits. It gives you tax benefits. Right now, even everything, you're driving in your car or you came to this meeting, everything is tax deduction because you are in a business. You show me in your job how many tax benefits you can get. Number 4, residual income. It gives you ongoing income. If something happens to you tomorrow on Route 95, if you are wiped out, think what will happen to your family's future without your income taken out. Think about it every day. I sometimes think, just think about that in your family's picture. If you take yourself out, what is the security of the family? Think about it. How many times your boss will still send you a paycheck because you worked so hard for the last 10 years? 5, you get positive association with people who will support you and help you. You will be a part of the best association. No alcohol tonight, people still are excited. When you are in this room, everybody can say, you can do it, you can do it. The moment you step outside, somebody will say, you cannot do it, you cannot do it. It's a crab society. The moment you put one crab in the bucket, you need a lid. The moment you put 2 crabs in the bucket, you don't need a lid. The moment one crab wants to go away, other crabs puts him back. And I hope you understand that as you go forward with this business, because you will hit with this. You have no financial risks, all money back guarantee. Show me a business with no financial risk. That day somebody was showing me, you look at this guy, he is going without a shirt. He lost this in this business. No inventory. You will be operating multi-billion-dollar business with no inventory. I was excited, when we got started in a 1-bedroom apartment in Somerville. My entire product pickup was in a small closet. Suparna, I used to get so excited. I still remember, we used to go to the PACE meeting. My entire product pickup was 1 toothpaste and 1 LOC. And everybody used to joke, Tirthankar, is it too heavy? Can I take it to the car? I remember that day. I still remember Kanti's basement. I used to come and Suparna used to be so excited. It's her products. I still feel that passion. Suparna is writing that small check. $1.20, $6, and we are writing a note to our people. Hey, this is your first check. And we used to always open, I remember I took a picture. This is my product pickup. 2 LOCs, 1 dish drops, 1 toothpaste. That's my product pickup. Now we have 11 product pickup space, full-fledged, going all over the country. We have thousands of people in our network. Man, you have to start from somewhere. We have no inventory. We do close to thousands of dollars every month. Only 1 employee. Myself and Suparna, 2 employees. I hope that you understand what you have in your hand. No overhead. No overhead. No accounts receivable. No boss. No boss. I love that. No educational requirement. Anything which you do, you need an education requirement. Here, you can be from Yale, you can be from jail, you can still build a business. It doesn't matter. You see the people in the room here. You have engineers, lawyers, doctors. We have financial planners here. We have PhDs, we have masters, we have bachelors, we have college degrees, we have no college degrees. Doesn't matter. It really got me excited. When I came to a meeting like this, here I see a top anesthetist from Texas making $800,000 a year in the business and listening. And here is this computer consultant who came, who is sitting on the bench, okay? And he was having 3,000 questions. 3,000 questions direct. Do you think it will work? I don't think. Okay? After a long time, I asked this question. I was getting really fed up because he was constantly giving negatives, and while this doctor is taking notes. I said, let me ask you something. Whom should I believe? Here you are, lost your job 5th time, okay? You still live in a 1-bedroom apartment. You have a Toyota Corolla for 35 years lease, okay? Or whatever, okay? Okay, and here is a doctor, makes $800,000. If he comes here on a meeting and he loses 3 hours of patience, which is thousands of dollars, okay? Now he feels that this business is the way to go, and you don't feel. Now, as an intelligent person, I'm an engineer. Whom should I believe? He looked at me. He said, I think you're right. And that will happen to you. You listen to John Sestina, who is in What magazine, who is in the top 200 financial advisors, saying that this is the only business 21st century you should do. And here is my great, best brother-in-law. Not the brother-in-law in the business, okay? The other brother-in-law. Okay? Who said, you know what? It doesn't work. I said, how do you know? Because 5 of his friends did it and didn't work. I said, here, let me see. Is your picture in the What magazine? Is your name in the What magazine? Whom should I believe? John Sestina in What, or yourself? And I hope that you have the answers. You have no competition in the business. No competition. Here, nobody is competitor. We are all partners. You have no minimum time requirement. You can take any time. When you come to the Diamond Club, Emerald Club, they will say, welcome. They will not say, let me see your application date. Oh, you took it 8 years, you sit in that chair. Everybody is welcome at the same time, no minimum time requirement. Duplication. The biggest thing in this business is duplication. You can, if you something, your 100% income depends on one source right now. If that source closes down, we are all zero. In this business, you have 1% income coming from hundreds, thousands sources. That's called financial security. And also, the last thing, recognition. You get recognition. You saw today people going on the stage, 1,000 PV. 2,500 PV, you get recognition. I don't know whether in your job you do a good work, everybody claps at you, and you go on the stage and you speak. You know what? After some time in life, people look for recognition. In India, I was doing this plan in Mumbai, in Delhi, in Ahmedabad. I came out, people were taking autographs of myself, for 1 hour. I'm telling you. You know, somebody said, is he a star? Some movies, I don't want to be a star. I want to be the star of my family. I want to be the best husband. I want to be the best son. That's stardom to me. And this business will provide you. I'm telling you, you get passionate about this business and it will fly. Even with e-commerce, it doesn't matter. It's a computer. But the computer you have here is more important than that dumb computer. Man, I'm so excited. In fact, I will tell you something here. We have absolutely one of the best people in our business. Best of the best people in our business. My awesome mentors, Kanti and Lata Gala, who has given a part of their life to me. Tushar and Debjani, my sponsor. And, one thing I will tell you, that sometimes you will face challenges in life. You will face some challenges. I had people who came who were excited at 7 p.m., got the kit, 9 p.m., returned it back. We had people saying that, absolutely, I am your diamond. We came back from Dream Night. He was so emotional. You heard me saying that. He gave me back. He said, no more smoking in my life. I want to change. And he gave their Marlboro packets. I still have the Marlboro packets. They are gone. They are history. They are a part of my rally story now. Man, I'm telling you. It will happen to you. Doesn't matter. Day after day after day after day, one leg. I'm telling you, there is nothing else there. If you thinking right now the job insecurity is all-time high, you pick up any magazine, look at what is happening in Fortune magazine. Is your family wrecking your career? Look at this small kid clinging to mother's legs because he doesn't want mother to go to work. And they say in America, companies say they value families, but here is the dirty little secret. They will have you have the pictures of your son and wife on their table, but not have the time to spend time with them. Okay? You look at the real cost of raising kids. 1.4 million apiece, a kid with a barcode on their forehead. Think about how many kids you have, how much. You look at what is family? What is family? Executive divorce. Business Week, August 3, 1998. How many top executives have gone through divorces? Not 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. You see in our business, divorce rate is less than 2%. Your husband and wife come to the same meeting. They hold their hands together. I'm telling you, you look at this Fortune magazine, finished at 40. Companies used to pay for experience, now they want potential on the cheap. 46-year-old being replaced by 28. If somebody thinks, wow, that job is the way to go, look at this, what is happening. The recent Inc. magazine, internet outsourcing, get the job done without adding employees. Inc. magazine, e-commerce, May 13, 1999. I display until this month, March. You look at the investment stock portfolio in the last 12 years, average stock increase 12.2%. You look at this. I have all the numbers. How much you need? Social Security. Maximum year 2000, maximum per year 18,396. Social Security Administration figure. And 38% of the people depend on Social Security. House prices, which 1988, new homes, 113,000, year 2000, same house, single family homes, 236,700. Average house. You see what you are doing, whether it will give you what you want or not. Look at the factors of your child's tuition. It will amaze you how much you have to pay for one kid for sending to college. If somebody says, I am doing okay, I said, yeah, right. This month you are doing okay because your bill is paid off, your apartment rent is paid off, your mortgage is paid off, your phone bill is paid off. Think about next 2 years, 2 months. So I'm telling you, and you will hit this type of people. But I hope you are strong and explain that. Every day with this e-commerce opportunity, I am telling you, you never have to worry about money. That's it. You took care of it. Family life. Look at me and Suparna, where you will see where husband and wife talking about each other in front of public. You know what happens on Fridays, Saturdays. Repetition makes dreams come true. Right now we are looking for maid. Gone to India 7 times in the last 3 years. All cash payment. Changing our house. Going for our new car shopping. Now it's pick, click, drag and drop. That's how we shop cars. Tremendous money in the investment account. I could never think of that I can have investment account. Every day in my office, 3 to 4 investors call me because somehow they get the name. In a bank, I was standing in the bank. I had a line which was standing for me for half an hour because 2 tellers are working together simultaneously with my account because they could not handle so many checks. Some changes here, 5 accounts. From somebody from that small city of Calcutta, where the leaked house. I have sealed all leaks. You know what? Go to your boss tomorrow and say that I want to give you 5 years of my life. You tell me where my future will be. And ask and see what results he gives. If you like that, do what he tells you to do. 5 years of your life. You give 5 years to the life to this business, you are a minimum emerald diamond if you do it properly. You don't have to tirthankar, how do you know that job is not the way to go, what I'm doing? Go to your parking lot tomorrow in the office and see the lives this is my way of looking at it. I look into the parking lot. Huge company, 6,000 employees, 1 Mercedes-Benz C220, 2 Lexuses. I said, I look at my boss who is working more than 10 years. I see he is still insecure. He still worries about his job. He still doesn't know if something happens to his job, what will happen to his family. So I thought myself, if I work for 10 years, I will be at my job. Man, I'm telling you, there is, if you have any confusion, I hope this will take care of it. But you know what? What you know, your friends don't know. Maybe one time in life, you know something which they don't know. So don't worry if tomorrow somebody says no to you. Because he has no data to make any decision. You have the data. Right now, I can sit down with anybody 10 minutes. I will just tell where he is and where he wants to go. I can sponsor him in the business. But you have to have the right data. Okay? I'm just wrapping up right now, but just want to tell you that the defeated attitude always say, you cannot do it. You have never done it. I was listening to a tape. This guy, same day, his car was taken off. IRS was after him. He shut off the telephone. Next, 2 days later, there was a big function. He had no money to go to the function. I don't want to mention his name. He had no money to go to the function. He says, I don't know what will happen next week. But you know what he said? He said, just because I have a problem, I don't want to throw the solution away. You know, some of you may have a problem right now. Doesn't matter. But you don't throw the solution away. You are getting a solution. You know, it's very important to know. What I get really excited to talk about the people who really put me on the stage here. I think about them and I get emotional. Because so many times when I came late night and nothing seemed to happen. You know, sometimes you go inside the house and everything is still. And I think business is not moving. And you know, suddenly one person calls and I think, business is moving. And next again, 5 days. You know, this business goes like a step. You cannot put it in a graph. It goes in a step. It rises, then it goes on a plateau. But you know, this plateau time, you are growing internally. Then again it rises, plateaus. Rises, plateaus. You know, we have a wonderful couple in Calcutta, made 10,000 PV continuously from March 98. Ashitav and Sheta Dutta, profit sharing directs. When everybody complained, how can you do with 10 products, you can do 10,000 points? He proved it. Real man. You know, we are really looking for some real men and women who makes a decision one time and totally commits to it. They don't make decision every day. Every day. Oh, did I make a right decision yesterday? Did I make a right decision yesterday? Did I make a right decision yesterday? These are real men. You know, and I'm telling you right now, maybe this is what I want you to go home with. What I'm talking about is, some of you here, you are in the verge of explosion. Any time now, you will have that person who will go 14 wide in 2 weeks. Any time now, you will have a 12-month direct coming into your organization who is sitting outside right now, maybe with a friend. Any time now, you will have the record volume in your organization. Any time now, you will have 8 width coming in just 3 weeks. Any time now. You don't even know, but have the expectancy. I want to wrap this up by saying expectancy. Very important. You know, you see your whole, everything is beyond limit. And you know what? Everything depends on how you feel inside. You should every day when you go out of the door, you pray to God that I will be getting my direct today. I will get one more Kumar and Anjali Shivaramakrishnan today. I am looking for one Raj and Sangeeta Shah. Tomorrow's home meeting, I will meet one Raj and Sangeeta Shah. Next week, I am meeting one Aruna and Tilaka. April 2nd week, I will meet an Manipal Renuka Reddy. Any time now. Any time now, I want you to do tonight to expect. Okay, you expect every day because it's happening. You know, just tell yourself, everybody has talents and gifts within you, but you have to stir up those gifts. Nobody will stir up for you. You make a decision to stir up this. You know, you say standing order is going on to the roof. You know, I have people coming in like crazy. You speak it. You speak your future into existence right now. I'm telling you, you will absolutely break the lead of this business. I'm telling you one thing. Today you may have heard a lot of different situations in our life. And maybe some of you may be thinking that, Tirthankar, I also have a lot of situations in my life. But one thing I will tell you, everything, whatever situation you have, or whatever situation, I know some of you what you're going through. I know some of you exactly what you're going through but I thank you for having the guts, for having the backbone to stay. And God will bless you, because so many times, some of you has got the chance to quit. So many times, some of you is so scared to pick up the phone, but you picked it. So many times, some of you wanted to say, I don't want to come to the meeting, but you still came. And you know what? Suddenly, just any day, you will get your own 6 directs. And you will be on the stage. And your upline will raise your hands as a brand new diamond. And one thing I want to tell you, Tirthankar and Suparna loves each and every one of you, because we know you are going through challenges. But if you stay steady and don't let any nincompoop steal your dream, some of your friend, some of your relatives, because they don't know what you know. We will make this business the biggest of the biggest, and all of us will be the millionaires in our family. God bless you. We love you.